Hello there ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? It's Alexander Hilly123 here and it's time for a new video. It is time for the first pickups video in quite a while today. At least a good 2 to 2.5 months or so, and that's usually when I do my next one. And today guys, I'm going to be honest with you, there are 12 games sat in front of me, but I need to make you aware that a lot of these games I already have. I've just bought them again on different systems, just to duplicate and get more gamer score points, achievements and trophies. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 12 games I'm going to show you here I've already got. So I'm going to get those out of the way first, the ones I've already got that I'm buying for different systems, and then I will show you the ones that I've purchased for the first time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so the ones that I've purchased again, I'm going to gloss over them. Splinter Cell and Splinter Cell Pandora tomorrow on the Xbox. These both work on the Xbox 360. They both cost £1 each, so I thought no brainer. Loved the Splinter Cell games back in the day, but my god has the gameplay aged. But then I realised, wait a minute, they've got a Splinter Cell Trilogy HD collection on the PS3, and I've just purchased these. But I probably will get that HD collection in the future, because it was only released on the PlayStation. It was never released on the Xbox, the 360, even though originally Splinter Cell was meant to be an Xbox exclusive, so there you go. Crazy. You know a game is good when you choose to pay £10 to play the PS3 version when you've got the PS4 version. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, I've purchased The Last of Us 30 frames per second instead of 60, and you know what? It feels like a different experience. It feels really strange to play this, because so many people would have played this in 2013, 14, and then thought, oh, go on then, it's such an incredible game, I'll get the PS4 version. And there is a big difference, you know, they did a lot to this game for the PS4 version to make it look better, but it's nice to play the original. I played about half of this and I just stopped it, even though since then I've played the PS4 version again, the Let's Play that I uploaded to YouTube. But it's just nice to have the original. It's one of my favourite games. I knew it would become one of my favourite games, and I'm so hyped about the sequel that I'll definitely be completing the original as well. Anyway, 3 more games, all in the same series. People know my history with this gaming series. It's nothing really you're not expecting. It is, of course, the Dead Space trilogy, which I picked up on the PlayStation 3, having only played these on the 360. Only difference here, guys, is the version of Dead Space 2 is the limited edition version, and I wanted that because it's got Dead Space Extraction, which is an on-rails shooter, on-rails first-person gun shooter, if you will, and it was absolutely fantastic. It was really, really good fun, and if you love the Dead Space games and you never played Extraction, I highly recommend giving them a go. There's also another Dead Space game, I can't remember the name of it now, but it didn't get good reviews. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember it. But Extraction, really, really good. Completed it on normal, and I would like to play it again on the second to hardest difficulty. I think I'll leave the hardest difficulty till for now, but yeah, a lot of really, really cool things going on in that game. And of course, the Dead Space trilogy, one of my favourite gaming series of all time. And Dead Space 2 and 3 on the PS3, there's only 1 disc here. With the Xbox 360 version of those games, they are 2 discs, so that's awesome as well. Although I struggle playing the Dead Space games on the PS3 because I keep getting the controls wrong. The only difference are the shoulder buttons. Instead of LT and RT, RB and LB, it's obviously L1, L2, R1, R2, but it makes a huge difference. I keep pressing the wrong buttons because my brain just thinks it's the Xbox still, and it cannot, no matter how much I play these games on the PS3, get used to it. So I can't actually play as good as I'd like to with Dead Space on the PS. Nevertheless, I enjoyed it, getting all those trophies again that I've got, nearly every trophy for Dead Space, but that kind of sucked. My brain just couldn't get used to it. And hopefully Microsoft will announce Dead Space 2 and 3 for backwards compatibility on the Xbox One soon. Really looking forward to that. But anyway, let's move on quickly now to games that I've never played before. A series that I have played before, however, ladies and gentlemen, it's none other than Gears of War 4. I pre-ordered this, played it straight away as it came out, and I've got to say, it's not reinvented the wheel, but it has, it's not revolutionised the game, it's evolutionised it ever so slightly. Some cool new weapons, the game looks absolutely beautiful, voice acting's good, some cool new enemies, And of course, Mr. Marcus Phoenix back in action. A good, I think, 10, 15, 20 years later after the events of Gears of War 3. We play as his son, JD Phoenix. And this was a solid 8 out of 10 game. I played a little bit of the hard mode as well, but then I got kicked, and before I knew it, I was getting swore at and some really aggravating people, and I just thought, you know what, I can't be arsed with this. This is why I don't like multiplayer. I like single player experiences. I actually played this on hardcore for my first playthrough. It's not as hard as the other Gears games, but I've got a few internet friends who I know want to play some Gears with me. I'd love to play co-op, guys. If any of you guys out there want to go on some Gears of War 4 co-op, probably hardcore difficulty, or normal if you want, then I'm down for that. I'm not down for insane though, fucking hell. But yeah, Gears of War 4, it was a lot of fun, but I'd like to get more out of it. I want to play a multiplayer campaign or horde with you guys. I don't really like versus or the death matches. It's not my style. It's not my bag. Anyway, what have we got now? We've got a digital game. It's called Rage. It was released in 2011. I think it's from the creators of Quake and Doom 3. Still not played it. It's on my Xbox One hard drive, ready to go. Nothing else I can say about it because it was free games of gold, so I'll tell you about that when I play it. I'm looking forward to it though. I've heard good things. Anyway, next, gotta go quick like Sonic the Hedgehog. We have, I didn't mean to pick this up, God of War 3. Basically, in town there is a guy who has a massive stall of games. I sold him some games and he told me I can either give you the money or you can buy some games back at the same value. I decided to buy games back at the same value. And this was one of the games, and I just thought, oh, I've got to buy something. What am I going to buy? Oh, God of War. I've heard a lot about this game. Not really my usual style of game, but hey, let's see if I like it. And I thought it was the original, because if you look at the cover here, I can't really tell. I can see it now, the 3, but it's kind of hard to tell that's God of War 3. The giveaway, you fucking retard, probably should be that, but I thought it was the original God of War. Now, I do believe that God of War 1 and 2 are on the PS2, or at least the first God of War. But the third game is on the PS3. I need to Google whether I need to play the first 2 games before playing this. But it's supposed to be a brutal, kind of beat 'em up, if you will. If you want to call it that. But yeah, it's supposedly one of the most violent games ever, but a game that has received a lot of critical acclaim and they're huge fans. Supposedly a very difficult game as well, but hey, sometime soon I might give it a go. I only purchased it for £4, so why not? Now, ladies and gentlemen, a game which is supposed to be one of the best of all time, only released about 18 months ago, I do believe, and it is The Witcher 3. Now, if I can help it, I will not dive into a series in the third installation of it, but the first Witcher game is PC only. It didn't get amazing reviews. The second game was received a hell of a lot better, and it was free. Was it free on Xbox Live? I think it was, and I ended up not getting it. I've got the third game. I'm just debating whether to buy The Witcher 2 or just jump straight into Witcher 3. I've heard that this is a cut above though, and I've heard it's everything that Fallout 4 should have been in terms of open world and decisions and shit like that. And I know they're kind of different universes, but I had such a great experience on Fallout 3 back in the summer of 2015 when I played it for the first time, that I want another RPG combat game like this. Not usually my bag, but I believe it's an experience that every gamer should have, so I've been told. So I purchased it, still not played it yet, and also I've got to say, guys, it comes with some kind of music CD as well, and some really cool booklets and artwork. Really looking forward to that. But I know it's going to take hundreds of hours to complete. Next, ladies and gentlemen, we've got 2 games in the same series. I don't believe they ever made a third game. Looking forward to playing these. It is The Darkness and The Darkness 2. Not much to say. I believe they are horror first-person shooter games. Experience intense cinematic action in this gritty first-person shooter with a horror twist. Okay, so it's too easy for me to just compare it to Fear or Condemned, games that I've really enjoyed in this last couple of years. But with Fear, I loved it. Played Fear 2, didn't like it. Played Condemned, loved it. Played a bit of Condemned 2, wasn't feeling it. Although I can't really say much. I started Condemned 2, and then I think it actually was Gears of War 4 that came out, and then I stopped playing it. But I will go back to Condemned 2. But it's funny, they always add more action to the mix, and the grittiness and the horror vibe dissipates a little bit. And supposedly the Darkness 1, a lot of people prefer to the Darkness 2, but I'm also seeing people say they prefer the Darkness 2 to Darkness 1. Who knows? But I'm looking forward to playing these games. They're sounding more like my bag. We'll see how we go. By 2K Studios. I think they're the developer and not the publisher, I'm not sure. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, last on my list here in terms of pickups today is a Shinji Mikami game. Lord Mikami in the Lord Evil Within rooms. Yes, this is my Evil Within t-shirt. No, it is not a Ku Klux Klan t-shirt, although it kind of does look like one. It does, doesn't it? Okay, now. Anyway, I am not a member of the clan, but I am a member of playing great games, and supposedly this is one of them. It is Vanquish. And this is a fast-paced, third-person sci-fi shooter. And it says here, from the critically acclaimed game director Shinji Mikami. Now obviously Shinji Mikami has made many other things other than the Resident Evil games down the years. God Hand, and the first Devil May Cry game, and that Killer 7, I think, which is actually the name of the Magnum in Resident Evil 4, and that's from the Killer 7 video game, which he directed. And he's produced a lot of games down the years as well. I think he's just as good as a producer as a director, and obviously at E3 this year, I'm praying that Evil Within 2 is announced. If it's not announced this year, it's probably not coming, which I think is a massive shame. But here we have Vanquish, and I think it's his kind of response to Gears of War. It's a Japanese Gears of War game, but these are kind of robotic. I don't know if he plays humans in like robot suits or if they're just pure robots. Become the ultimate weapon with an unrivaled battle suit combining deadly firepower with superhuman speed and agility. And that's the thing, it's a cover-based shooter as well. That's what I'm talking about with Gears. So you're hiding behind walls, but you don't just run into cover. You've got this weird way that you slide across the ground at really fast pace, and you're shooting massive machines that kind of remind me of Metal Gear Rex from the first Metal Gear Solid game on the PlayStation. So really interested to see how this goes. It's going to be ultra fast paced. I've heard it's not that long because there's not much variety to the game, I don't believe. But I only paid £2.50 for this, and I'm interested to see what it's all about because I've heard good things indeed. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you that here there are still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games, 6 physical and 1 digital that I've got after everything I've shown you. So we've got a backlog of pickups, ladies and gentlemen. Will I ever catch up? I've definitely not purchased that much in this last month, so these are all from like 2-3 months ago. These in the next 2 or 3 months I'm going to be picking up about 3 to 4 games maybe, but not as much as you see here, so it should be fine. We will catch up. But yeah, another pickups video, and I'll see you guys for the next one in a few months. Bye bye.